right, Doug, you can take it away whenever.
Hey, everybody. I'm Doug Roberson. In a first-of-its-kind collaboration, Soccer with Doug, 5-stripe final featuring Sam Jones and Joe Patrick, and Scarves and Spikes featuring Tyler Pilgrim, Sidney Hunte, and Henry Higuita, brought our brilliance together to collaborate on one World Cup preview podcast for all of you good people. Joe is not here. He had a court date, I think. Henry's not here. I almost wore a flat-billed ball cap in his honor, but then I realized it's not a good look for me or him. So
okay,
I just
I got
left it at home.
Tyler has the cover.
Tyler's got me covered. Everybody, introduce yourselves.
I'll start. Sidney Hunte. I'm with Scarves and Spikes. So with Tyler and Henry and a cast of thousands. Well, 6 actually. But we've been around since how long, Tyler? What,
2022 technically.
About 2022 or so. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
I'm Sam Jones. It's an honor to be on Soccer with 5-stripe Scarves and Doug. I've already gymmed the camera like twice already, so I apologize for that. It's just going to be a thing, I guess, throughout this.
And I'm Tyler Pilgrim, also of Scarves and Spikes, and this is exciting.
Yep.
And Doug, you brought cookies, so
I did bring. I made them last night. My girlfriend's recipe. I made them, and they're quite delicious. But no one wanted any. So this will be the last time we collaborate on any kind of podcast.
Too
like
filling,
this.
just like a 48-team World Cup.
There we go.
There's your spin.
Are you guys
Look
on
at
the
Sam tying it all together.
Can you post the recipe
No.
on our socials or
No,
Okay,
no, I
fine.
won't.
Just I know.
If you didn't want one, you get nothing.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's get back on topic here. As I mentioned, we've come together to preview this summer's World Cup. If y'all didn't know, there is a World Cup coming to the U.S. this summer. 48 teams, as Sam alluded to. We're going to discuss storylines, who we think is going to be the biggest surprises, who we think are going to be the biggest disappointments, the Golden Ball winner, which World Cup players who aren't yet in MLS but we think might be, because that seems to be a big talking point amongst folks around the country, along with any shiny things that distract us during this podcast. So we're going to start with some storylines that we're looking forward to. Sydney, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, I'll start off with pretty much the obvious one. The obvious two. Argentina, can they run it back? This potentially is Messi's final World Cup. So what can Argentina do? Will they repeat what they did? Join just, I think, a handful of teams that have repeated as World Cup champions. I believe Italy is one, or Spain. I need to double check that.
poor Italy.
Yeah.
Poor Italy.
I could be wrong. But yeah, can Argentina do it again? And then, of course, the other big question is Portugal. Ronaldo, this is the one big trophy that's eluded him throughout his entire career. Is this it? Is this the moment for him as he also goes into his final World Cup? Potentially. But yeah, we'll see. Those are my big storylines.
That's kind of stepping right into mine, which is, can Portugal ignore Cristiano Ronaldo enough to actually win this thing?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
He just doesn't need to be out there, man. If he's going to come on as a super sub, fine, whatever. I guess he's good to be in the United States now. We can talk about that another time.
Who knows?
He makes that team worse. He straight up does. And if they're gonna bend to him, if Roberto Martinez is gonna bend to him this entire time, I think they're gonna be worse. But they have a ceiling. But I think it's fascinating. They have a ceiling without him that I think is good enough to actually win this. Like that midfield, man. That midfield makes me believe in things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you have Vitinha, you have Bruno Fernandes. Like that group right there is unreal. And yeah, there's some questions about attack. Like if they don't go with Cristiano Ronaldo, it's like Gonzalo Ramos, who didn't do a ton for them so far, didn't do a ton with PSG, but they can get through that, I think, just because of how good that midfield is.
As long as Roberto Martinez doesn't figure out a way to screw it up.
Right, which is totally in play.
Never happened before.
Yeah.
But
Yes, I'm 100% convinced he will.
Right.
But that's just me.
And
Anybody
they're-
who can waste Belgium like he did is just,
Yeah.
come on, man.
And they're kind of riding a high still from the
Yeah.
Euros. I mean, they've got a lot of things going for them. So for me, I'll tie it back to Atlanta. For me, obviously here with Atlanta United, you have a couple of players, Miggy, Galarza. But the bigger story for me is the fact that you have obviously Paraguay, the men's national team, and then now the new headquarters here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So there's so much going for U.S. soccer here in our city, and I feel like I'd be kind of remiss not to tie it back to the city at some point.
Have y'all been down to the training center since it opened?
I haven't had a chance to
Yes.
yet.
It's amazing.
That's what I hear.
I've been down there twice. I went Tuesday when they did the Miles Robinson availability. It's It's beautiful. It doesn't have a media room, which I found extremely strange. Spend $250 million and you don't have a media room. But hey, that's me being selfish.
Anything to keep you out, Doug.
Yeah, for real. It's like the fencing that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. So the storyline I'm most interested in seeing is, will the three host teams, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, actually make it out of their group? The probability is one of them is not going to, just because that's how it works. And the groups they're in, there's no heavyweight in any of their groups, which really makes you wonder about the draw. But all the teams are good enough that the U.S., Mexico, and Canada could lose to any of them if they just get a little bit unlucky. And if they do, what is that going to do for the interest in this tournament, at least in this country? Yeah. What do y'all think?
I mean, if you look at, Group A, like you're right. I feel like Mexico can get out of that, but then you have the Czech Republic, or Czechia as it's known now, and then South Korea and I want to say Saudi Arabia, South Africa, who are no slouches of their own. So we'll see how that shakes out. Group D, U.S. should make it out.
See, I disagree.
Turkey
should.
They should.
Turkey is really good.
No, they are. I think I'll say this though about the U.S. If they don't at least make second in that group, that's a disappointment. You don't want to go in as a third place team potentially out of that group. And then Canada, you have Bosnia in that group, you have the Swiss in that group, Qatar. So that's not a straightforward situation for Canada either. So
huge advantage for these teams to be pot one, right? Just as host teams and to have that kind of easier pathway to it. But there are pitfalls here for all of them, right? And it is really interesting to think that this Mexican team could finally get to that quinto partido and still not be able to get it around the 16. And there's a whole lot of interesting things there where I'm just not convinced of any of the main host and their overall quality and their ability to get out of these groups.
Yeah, they haven't had to play a stressful game, a truly stressful game in 2 years. So you just don't know how they're going to respond, particularly if the opponent scores first and scores early. What's going to happen? It's South Korea is my favorite to do some damage, so to some surprising damage in this tournament. Czechia is got a lot of talent. It had to go to a playoff to get here, but it's good. Switzerland, the inventor of the Gherkin press, is their coach. They're going to be tough. Bosnia, you can't bet against Edin Dzeko. He could come off
Even
the bench.
41, right?
He could come off the bench and still score. Turkey is really, really good.
Yeah.
Paraguay's
going to make life hell for everybody.
Oh, for
They're
sure.
going to make so many teams miserable.
And Australia is like, okay, it's Australia, but if you look at their roster, they've got a couple of pretty good players.
Cannot sleep on Australia. Yeah. And I think for me, honestly, if I had to pick one of the three that had the toughest group, I still think it's the U.S. I really do. Yeah. And I think if I had to pick an easier one, maybe Canada, and that's no disrespect to anybody else in that group, but I think Canada has the talent and the consistency. And then on top of that, the group, it is tough, but I think it's the most beatable. But the U.S., man, I'm just not as confident as a lot of people are.
No, me neither. It's the question you have to ask yourself about the U.S., and I wrote about this when they played Belgium and Portugal here, is how many starters on the U.S. team would be a starter on one of the top 10 teams in the world. Maybe one, maybe two. And when you're having to put maybes in front of it, you realize that they're a good team. They're not a great team. Right. You could argue they're really not any better than the mid-'90s teams.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The 90s teams had at least a bit of dog in them.
Yeah.
And it's a real question whether or not this group does.
Right.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, and that goes back to if the other team scores first, how are they going to – have they been in enough of those moments that they can come together as a team, do what Pochettino wants them to do, and win? And we just don't know.
No.
Has Pulisic gotten over his breakup yet?
Apparently he was over that even before it was over. So,
that's fair.
At least in a workman sense, maybe not mentally.
Did they get back together before they played Senegal?
Who knows? Who knows?
It's
Doug,
one more
thing. Raya?
I'm sorry?
Never mind.
And one more thing. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Being the old man of this group, is when you look at that U.S. starting lineup against Senegal, you've got Tim Ream, he's the captain, deserved captain, but he's what, 38,
Old.
36 now? And you've got a right winger who has scored 3 goals and 2 assists in 3 years starting. That's just not, to me, it's not a formula for success.
I mean, not to spoil our group predictions, but
Right.
I mean,
we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, we're gonna switch it up here, and let's talk about our favorite World Cup memories. I'm gonna start. So I watched the Hand of God goal in '86 in Mexico. I
heard that was AI.
Yeah, it might have been. I was at my folks' house in Mableton watching that thing, and was like, I don't think he really headed that. And then, sure enough, you find out later, reading the newspaper the next day, he did not really head that. He did hit it with his hand because, replay and all that
Pre-VAR.
was not really a thing
Yeah.
back then. And then the Michael Owen goal against Argentina in '98. I can remember watching that thing going, who is this guy? He just went to his left, got a pass from David Beckham, controlled it with the outside of his right foot, got away from Robert Chama, I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. Left Robert Ayala literally standing like a statue, like Wembanyama at the top of the key last night trying to guard Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Went back to his right and chipped it back across the goal into the left corner. I was like, I don't know who this cat is, but I want to know who he is because this is freaking outstanding.
Yeah.
I know you're a huge fan of Gio Reyna.
Oh, huge. Love him.
It reminds me of, what was it, 2021 or 2022, the Gold Cup, where he, against Mexico, where he just kind of, it was like the one good moment for him in the game.
Well, that's
the
the World Cup qualifier because I was there.
Was it?
At the Azteca,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
That's fair.
You were at the Azteca?
Yeah, a few years back during the
right.
qualifiers.
Sydney's
so.
very well traveled.
Yeah.
No, I have a couple. To me, the one that always pops up is the Tim Howard, U.S. versus Belgium Secretary of Defense match. Like that one, I saw it live. It stands out to me every time I think about it. And it's the easy one. Like it's kind of the low-hanging fruit from a U.S. perspective, but that was such a phenomenal game. And I think Sydney's going to talk a little bit about this later, but there was an individual who did score on the U.S. in that game named Kevin De Bruyne. So
I've heard of him.
yeah, we've heard of that guy. But and my other one, this is like more personal. Most recently, 2022, the final, like that was a game of the ages, obviously. But just from like my perspective, watching it, it was the first World Cup that my older kids had really gotten into, and like the whole World Cup, we would watch games and like we would make food from like the countries, and so we're sitting there
cool.
watching Argentina, France, and eating, asado and chimichurri and just watching like the drama go down. It was so much fun.
What French food did you make?
Beignets.
Crepes.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
My
So you'll
favorite
eat that,
memory-
but not my cookies. Thanks.
Yeah.
I do my best.
My favorite memory is that time Russia went all the way to the quarterfinals while they were outrunning everyone by a significant amount in Russia, with no further questions asked. And to me, that's FIFA.
Yeah.
That's the World Cup. That's what it's all about. So
And that game, that whole World Cup was crazy because everyone thought, oh, the Russian league, all this gas money, all this oil money, it's going to become the Premier League.
sure.
And then it was China, or then it was Australia, but I can't remember the timeline. And now it's just another league.
Sure.
It's just another league.
My turn. Tyler alluded to it, 2014. I guess that was kind of my first, well, not my first exposure because I remember the, I think it was 2010 final in France, right? The headbutt of Zidane, the headbutt.
yeah.
So I remember that. 2014, I remember because where I was working at the time, they would have it on TV in the break room. So we would watch the U.S. matches, some of the other matches. So I remember that. I guess the first I was really dialed in was 2018. That was after Lady Nutty came out of the scene. I had been in Atlanta for several years. So that was the first time I was really zeroed in to the World Cup as an event, just kind of keeping track of it, even though the U.S. weren't in it, of course, which kind of took some of the fun of it. And then 2022, obviously, what a final that was.
Yeah.
Tyler, you alluded to it. But, yeah, that's sort of my World Cup memories.
No one mentioned Donovan in Algeria. I'm a little surprised.
It's
No one
it's
mentioned
another
that.
low-hanging fruit, but like
Yeah.
I didn't actually see that one live, So
I saw that one. I remember watching that game, thinking to myself, is Landon Donovan going to do anything? Because he was invisible for like 88 minutes. And then suddenly he pops up at the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, hey, if y'all want to share your favorite World Cup memories, you out there in the online universe, you can email them to us and we can figure out something we can do with them on our respective sites.
Sure.
Sam is
So
looking.
let's make new memories in Atlanta. How about that?
Aw. That sounds very sweet. Mm-hmm. All right, so we've mentioned FIFA already.
Oh boy.
Switching. I want to talk about what has FIFA done right, what has FIFA done wrong, starting with the fencing outside the half of the training complex here, because it's already gated and it's already fenced, but they've added yet another fence because Uzbekistan is going to train here. I don't know what they think is going to happen, that they need another fence. But anyway.
Spygate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what FIFA has done right and what FIFA has done wrong. I don't want to start first again. Sam, let's go with you.
I mean, what they've done right, I mean, to my knowledge, there have been no direct human rights abuses involved in creating this tournament. So, I mean, A+ for that. I think that's huge. We love to see growth. There will be a soccer tournament. Good job, FIFA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wrong nearly everything else. Look, the group stage is very large at this point. I think there's kind of some pros and cons with that. Like, you do get a Curacao, you do get a Cabo Verde, right? And I think those are great stories.
Yep.
They're going to get rocked. And it's going to be relatively diluted, I guess is how I'd put it, right? So you get a little bit of give and take there. Other than that, I mean, ticket prices are a disaster for this, man. And they're rolling it out in kind of the secret, sneaky way where there are sections of tickets being released. And so you kind of have inflated prices based on when they're being released. It's a whole lot of sneakiness going around. Again, not totally out of the blue for FIFA in general. But yeah, man, a lot of worries about this. I mean, even yesterday, they're doing stuff like denying fans from
water
bringing
bottles.
water
Yeah.
bottles,
Yes.
which Scotland is going to be in Miami.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if those fans are going to make it.
Yeah. It's a stupid decision
They have
by
to bring
FIFA.
umbrellas.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you got, Sydney?
I'll kind of give you mine, but tagging off of that decision. So I remember a couple of years ago, the Buffalo Bills were in Hard Rock, Miami, playing the Dolphins, and a lot of the players, they needed to take precautions because it was just so dang hot down there. I think it was like September; it was still hot. So, to your point, I think that is a pretty brutal decision by FIFA to deny that.
And the heat. People these teams are going to Kansas City and think, oh, it's the middle of America. It's going to be a temperate climate. It is going to be hot as all get out in Kansas City in the summer. It's not hilarious, but it's going to be really interesting to see how these guys start to react and what we hear in the press conferences after the games about it's so hot. We can't do this.
Yeah.
What you got, Tyler?
Well, Sydney, I think.
Yeah, I was going to just
I'm
add,
sorry.
But, Sam, you were talking about the heat. You were talking about the ticket prices. Yeah. Really the timing of the matches, right? So I understand why FIFA is doing it because they want to take advantage of the worldwide audiences, right, overseas. So, like, I mean, that's why you have Spain playing at noon, et cetera, because it's 6 o'clock over there. So they want to take advantage of it. But it's just not good for American audiences, right? Because how many people – I'm sure Fox will get a fair share of people watching at noon, but it's not going to be as many as, say, if it were in prime time. Now, fortunately, the U.S., as it is, are going to be playing many of their matches in prime time, which benefits Fox and the U.S. Soccer Federation, but I just feel like the timing of the matches could have been a little better for some of these teams, especially the bigger teams.
I think for me, what they got right, I mean, I know there's a lot of back and forth on it. I think just because I have a soft heart, I like the fact that there are. Don't smirk at me like that, Doug. There are so many teams in this tournament. I think it's fun from that Cabo Verde perspective, and like yes, it does dilute things absolutely, and yes, they're going to get absolutely destroyed. But I love it for their people. I love it for those countries. Like they get to see these moments that they honestly otherwise probably wouldn't see. So I think that's like my very soft heart side of things. What they did wrong. I mean, y'all have mentioned so many things already. The tailgating, the fact that they're like, you can't tailgate outside of stadiums and you're in the United States. That's the dumbest thing ever. The water, I mean, and then the ticket prices. Yeah, the ticket prices are asinine. Yeah. Like from a family perspective, I'm like, oh, I would love to be able to go take my kids to go see a World Cup match. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for most people. I love this sport. I'm not paying those prices. Yeah. I'm just not. So.
I mean, you hear so many people talk about their experiences in 1994 and how that just attracted them to the sport and how it grew the game here. And you're not going to get that with this.
No.
As long as these prices stay where there's no chance.
No, not even a little bit. Not even, because you got to think about it too. You're going to have the the corporations and the people that are like, hey, we're going to spend the money to send our our CEOs and these people to these matches, and price is not an option. But then you have, a family of 4 or something that's like, I just like to go see a World Cup match. And even the kind of low key ones, though they're not as expensive as like a Spain match or an England match or whatever, they're still prohibitively expensive for most people. So I just think it's just a huge miss.
I went to a game in '94. I was working in Hickory. I was sports editor of the Hickory Daily Record, and my dad called me and said, if you can get down here tomorrow, we're going to fly to Orlando. We're going to watch the Netherlands versus it was Algeria, Morocco. I can't remember which one now. Yeah, and we're going to rent a car and drive back. I was like, heck yeah. So we went down there. It was so hot. It was, and we were at the upper deck of the Citrus Bowl. The Netherlands won. I was just exhausted by the end of it, from the drive from Hickory to Atlanta, then the flight and everything. But I still have the ticket. I've got a little frame sitting on the bookshelf.
You have that memory now.
Yeah. Got to go see a World Cup match with my dad, my mom, and I think my sister too. So FIFA for me, greed is a disease. I think greed is a disease like cancer, like any mania you want to list. And FIFA is just gripped by greed. And the penny pitching on every little thing, or not penny pinching, the penny gouging on every little thing is nuts. And it makes me really dislike FIFA. It makes me really dislike everything about FIFA. It frankly dampens my enthusiasm for this tournament. Looking around and seeing, okay, they made money on that, they made money on that, they made money on that, they made money on that. Yep. Just let it be, man.
Yep.
You got 48 teams coming. Let people come. What's the point of having 48 teams if they can't afford to pay for the tickets?
Right.
Yep.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what FIFA's not going to earn money off of, though, Doug? The concessions at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Thanks to our host today at Atlanta United for having us here in their studio.
I meant to thank Atlanta United originally, and I forgot. I want to thank Brad Guzan for letting us use his.
Watching over us.
I don't know if he lives here. There's a sleeping bag over in the corner over here. I don't know if this is where Brad stays.
Right. He's listening right now, off in the closet somewhere.
Maybe Brad will eat one of these cookies that I brought. Now that he doesn't have to play anymore.
Yeah.
What FIFA has gotten, breaking through like the Kool-Aid man. What FIFA has gotten right, I guess 48 teams. I don't understand. If you're going to have 48 teams, why do you then also expand the number of teams that go into the knockout rounds? As you said, some of these teams are just going to get rocked. I mean, I think it's Cape Verde starts with Spain.
Yep.
I think Spain. That's just pick your score.
R.I.P.
Anyway. And this is not a knock on the people that work for FIFA at all. This is much higher than them. Lenny, Adam, those guys are fantastic people. All the FIFA people I've worked with, but the greed is just it takes you back a little bit. Hey, and if y'all didn't know, there's going to be some matches in Atlanta.
Oh,
breaking news!
Really?
8 matches in Atlanta at, I want to call it Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But I can't.
Legally can't, no.
No, so I'm going to call it Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Fair enough.
So there's 5 in the group stage, 3 in the knockout rounds. And Sam thought, this was Sam's idea. So it's a good idea. Yeah. So I'm going to give Sam credit. We're going to break down some of those group stage matches for you good people. Sam's going to start off with Cape Verde, Capo Verde, however you pronounce it, against Spain.
Verde, apparently.
Verde.
Yes.
Green? Green?
Blue? It's a Portuguese colony, basically. Archipelago off the coast of Africa, about 500,000 folks. It is a really cool story. Big diaspora from Cabo Verde and countries across Europe mostly. There's even a big contingent here in America as well, mostly in the Northeast. So for a long time, they were not very good at the sport, but they eventually kind of relented and said, okay, we're going to focus on these players who have been a part of the diaspora and maybe not have chances with their national team. For example, Steven Moreira, you might know from Columbus, for a long time was playing with the French youth national teams, but eventually it was clear he's not going to make it to the main national team. So Cabo Verde comes, and now he's playing with the team. He's starting for them. And that's the story for a lot of these guys coming into this, right? But it's obviously paid off. They qualify. You've maybe seen some of the videos from their qualification day. It's a full party. It's outstanding. So really excited for that fan base and for that country. This game's not going to go well. This game's not going to go well. And that is okay, right? We're here to celebrate the people of Cabo Verde, not necessarily the soccer team, which is going to run into probably the first or second best team in the world.
And they have the coolest nickname, I think, in the tournament.
Blue Sharks, yes?
The Blue Sharks.
Yes.
And that game is at noon on June 15th. And I think it's going to be televised, but I'm not sure. So that's for y'all to research if you want to talk about who's going to research that. Sponsors needed.
We'll see Spain a couple of times, though,
And,
right?
you know, to their credit, to Capo Verde's credit, they're dipping into Portugal. They're dipping into France, using those players. It's much like France did for a while, getting players from the Caribbean and from Northern Africa to come play for its national team. The U.S. has started to do more and more of that. So, you know, if FIFA is going to make these rules and you can play within these rules, then take advantage of it. And they are, save for Curacao, dipping into the Dutch culture to get a lot of its players. Tyler, why don't you tell us about South Africa and Czechia at noon on June 18th?
Yeah, so this one to me is low-key one of those, like, as a neutral, it should be really fun because it's kind of a must-win for both of them.
Yeah.
After that match, you have South Africa that then goes and plays South Korea, which is a more winnable match, I think. I mean, it's tough, but it's a more winnable match. And then you have Czechia, who then goes and plays their last game in the group versus Mexico. So this one kind of in the middle, it is the one that both of these teams have to win. So they're both in the middle of very long droughts, even being in the World Cup. South Africa, the last time they were in it was when they hosted it back in 2010. And then Czechia, though in their prior days as Czechoslovakia, like they've been in it multiple times, but they haven't been in since 2006. So you've got, I think, just from a sheer like dog and grit perspective of like, we have to win this match, I think it's going to be entertaining. You also have for Czechia, the oldest head coach in the tournament at 74 years old. So he started coaching in 1983. So he's been around the block, but he's mostly a Miroslav Kubek is who I'm referring to, but he's been mostly a lifer in their domestic league. So they fired their coach after they lost to Faroe Islands, and then he comes in. He's gotten them qualified. So I worry about South Africa though. I think from an attacking perspective, they don't have much of anything. I think Czechia has a little more of a well-rounded team overall. I think honestly, I mean, given predictions, I think Czechia is the one that takes this match. But it'll be fascinating. I mean, for South Africa, you have a guy who he's scored 3 goals for Burnley this year, and then they got relegated. So they're not exactly brimming with attacking talent. But again, from a neutral perspective, this will be a fun one.
Yeah, you look at Czechia's roster, and it's like, why is this team not better?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of really, really quality players.
Patrick Schick playing for Bayer Leverkusen. He scored, I think, 16 goals in the Bundesliga this year.
Yeah.
So, and that's just one of many, right? But they should be doing a lot better, I think, than they've showed over the past few years.
And a name American fans might be familiar with is on this roster. I think Pavel Bucha, I believe, or I think he's on it. I unless I'm looking at it wrong, but never mind.
Okay.
I thought he was on it. I actually have it right in front of me.
A couple South
I guess
African
he's
folks to
amazing.
watch out for, too,
Yeah.
as well. You guys might know him, Bekazeli and Bakazi. Chicago Fire center back. Yeah. He was excellent against Atlanta. It's probably his best game since he arrived in MLS, but he's going to play a significant role for them. And also a young player that's getting some buzz. I'm going to try this. Relibohil Mofo King. Player for Orlando Pirates, 21 years old. He's getting some buzz as well. He might be one of those guys that makes a jump from the World Cup to a bigger league after this one.
I'll give you one more fun fact, too, about South Africa as well. They almost cost themselves their qualification because they fielded a player who was suspended on yellow cards. And they won the game 2-0 against Lesotho, I think it was. But then they appealed it, obviously, and won the appeal. So South Africa lost the 3 points that they won in qualifying and then still managed to top their group over Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
So they pulled the dog out and they made it work, but they almost cost themselves even getting into the tournament in the first place.
They were the first host nation to not advance out of the group stage.
They have never made it out of a group stage.
Right. All right, Sydney has Spain versus Saudi Arabia, which is scheduled for noon, another noon game at June 21st. If you're wondering about why so many noon games in Atlanta, it's because it is a dome stadium, and it is better for the heat than other locations around the country.
Still have water breaks.
Yeah, exactly. So I have one more coach actually who's older than Sheik, or not Sheik, Kubek, is Dick Advocat from Curacao, 78.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? So okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fair.
So
All right.
He had a
I think
weird
he's the
thing where
oldest.
he was in charge of the team, then they advanced in qualifying, then he quit, and then the other coach took over for 2 games, and then Dick Advocat was back to it.
Yeah,
so
weird.
You never know.
No, so but moving on to Spain, Saudi Arabia. I mean, Sam already talked about, right? Spain. I mean, it'd be a surprise if they weren't at least a semifinalist in this tournament. The one thing I want to just touch on just real quick is Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
I fully don't expect him to play it the first 2 group stage matches. I mean, he has no reason to. Spain, they're going to win the group probably without him. They're just too talented not to. So we'll probably see him, if not for a few minutes, maybe that third match, just to stretch his legs, but in the knockout stage. So if Atlanta fans are looking forward to see Lamine Yamal, they'll be disappointed just as he gets back fit. Same time, though, again, this is still a really strong Spain team.
I'm not worried about
Yeah,
them.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if they do beat Cape Verde in that first match, they could win the group with a win over Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, I feel like they're just trying to manage, trying to keep it as close as possible, I guess. I mean, they're going to lose, but they're trying to keep it as close as possible because if they beat Cape Verde, you could get a situation where you could be one of those 8 third-place teams, right, who advance to the knockout stage. So if you can kind of keep it close, try to mitigate the damage against the Spanish as much as you can, maybe get a pretty decent win against Cape Verde. I mean, you could sneak in on goal differential or something like that. But as far as Spain, I mean, really no shot at winning that match at all.
My understanding is Saudi Arabia was truly atrocious in qualifying and kind
Yeah.
of fell backwards into this. They have one player, I believe, who does not play in the Saudi Arabian League. So the quality's just not going to be there.
You look at the Mideast teams, and I keep trying to make a case. Oh, this team could be one of the 3 or one of the 8 that's a third place team, but I just I don't see it.
I mean, you even go back to 2022 and them against Argentina in that opener, right? It was Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, where
No, was it Qatar? Wasn't it? 2022.
The upset?
2022.
We're
Yeah.
talking about the upset,
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, and that one, I mean, they only squeaked by because Argentina had like 15 offside calls go against them. You know, like
Yeah,
they
the
really,
XG in that one I remember was
it was ridiculous.
interesting.
And so yeah,
Small
I think
sample
like maybe the talent's there in 15-minute spurts, but
Yeah.
I just don't see any of those teams doing much of anything.
Right. All right, I'm going to continue with the next game in Atlanta, which is Morocco versus Haiti.
Finally, a chance to see Derek Etienne back at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
And scoring.
I know.
This game is at 6 p.m. on June 24th. So we finally get a 6 p.m. game in Hotlanta because it loves to be called Hotlanta.
I heard that at the airport the day before
I'm
yesterday.
going to jim the camera again.
Look, it wasn't a fluke that Morocco was the first team from Africa to make the semifinals in Qatar in 2022. Its roster is freaking loaded. I mean, loaded like one of these cookies behind me. As I wrote in my preview capsule that you can find on Soccer with Doug, the United States Soccer Federation should research the methods used by Morocco to develop world-class talent because
Well, it's basically just having good lawyers, right?
it makes for a world-class team. I mean, Hakimi at PSG, Boadi at Lille, Diaz at Real Madrid, and it goes on and on and on, top to bottom. Every position group has at least one player that is playing for what you would consider one of the best club teams in the country, or in the world, I should say. Haiti, not to be slept on, CONCACAF, good qualifying. I think it's its second time in the World Cup for Haiti, I think is right.
I think you're right.
Derek Etienne, a few good players, but again, it's in this Atlanta group of teams. We're going to continue with Uzbekistan, Congo in just a second, but you've got Spain, you've got Morocco. And that's really
Yeah.
that's really about it. It wasn't a great draw. If you want to try to polish it, you could call it the Cinderella draw. Uzbekistan, Haiti, Cape Verde, but it's really just Spain. But Morocco, I could easily see them advancing deep again because they are so good. We're going to wrap it up with Uzbekistan, Congo. No one really raised their hand to break this one down. Sam's got his hand up.
I had Uzbeki food recently.
Oh, where'd you have
Very
that?
Good. It was in Nashville.
Okay.
I had plav. It is a rice meal with lamb, carrots, and raisins. Very, very good. I also had samsa, which is a giant meat pastry. Highly recommended.
I wrote about both those things in my capsule under cool fact that should make you root for this country. The 2 Uzbekistan meals.
There you go.
Yeah.
Real good.
I thought there was an Uzbekistan restaurant in Atlanta. I've Googled it, but I haven't found it. If you have one, reach out to me. I'd love to come and write about your restaurant. That could be a lot of fun. Congo, don't sleep on Congo if they are allowed to come into the country.
Right.
They have some really good players on their roster, too. I'm actually kind of excited about this game.
We finally got to see Eldor Shamurdov at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Atlanta United Target a few years ago.
Exactly.
For a loan spell that just never came through.
Yeah, but he's pretty much their primary offense for Uzbekistan. I mean, if you look at the roster, I mean, you won't get goals from anybody else. So as he goes, so go. I feel like the Uzbeks. But like you said, Doug, I mean, it's sort of a Cinderella draw. Uzbekistan have never been to the World Cup. Congo, last time they think was in '78 with their Zaire. So I don't know. This is sort of one of the specials where you don't quite know what to expect.
It could be
could be 0-0, could be 2-2 or something like that.
But it's going to be this is an advancement
Yeah.
game. If you want to stay alive, you've got to win this.
Yep.
Uzbekistan has the second coolest nickname of all the teams in the World Cup, the White Wolves.
That's pretty fire.
And I like their kits too. Their kits are pretty sharp. I've tried to write about Uzbekistan for months and have gotten no response from the Uzbeki communications people. So if you actually subscribe to any of our podcasts or websites, reach out to me because I'd love to write about you. I've tried for years. And they have Fabio Cannavaro, former Ballon d'Or winner, as a defender, as their manager, as the Uzbekistan manager, which is pretty freaking cool.
I think a lot of these teams that are playing in Atlanta, you talk about it being the Cinderella group. There are some good vibes, though. Like, I can't wait to see Haitian fans
Right.
at
Yeah.
the Benz. I cannot wait to see that. I can't wait to see
South African fans.
South
too.
Africa. Yeah, I mean, I think, again, it might not go the best for these teams, but I think their fans are going to bring it, and I love that. I just can't wait to see some of these.
Don't pay $200 to go to the game. Pay like whatever MARTA costs now.
Right.
And go hang out in the fans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Outside
yeah.
the stadium.
Exactly.
There you go.
Just go chill.
I believe there's going to be a fan fest somewhere near Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I've
I
heard
believe
this.
it's at Centennial.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And what kind of stuff might they have there, Sam?
Balloons, party element. I don't know. Shakira. Is she going to be there? Who knows? I've heard
No.
rumors.
How much
Yeah.
do you have to pay to get into the fan fest?
Is it $15? Is it free?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
See, if you yeah. Anyway, there's going to be 2 big jumbotron screens there. You can watch the games if you want to go and just hang out. There's supposed to be different entertainment every day, food vendors, buskers. They're going to have podcast people as on one of the talent stages, but they didn't ask any of us. I don't think. So I'm already disappointed in the organizers of the fan fest.
Yeah. So you actually had to apply.
I guess so.
Interestingly,
I mean, I figured we're well known enough. They
Right.
should have reached out to us.
I mean, we could be doing this.
awful
I mean, we are Z-list celebrities in this
of course,
town.
I would at least say why.
If they can't reach out, I mean, aren't we entertaining? Are we not entertaining?
I
y'all?
will. I gotta say, your notes here. I'm really upset with you.
Why is that?
You said in your discussion about Morocco versus Haiti that their roster is absolutely loaded like a baked potato,
I did write that
and you didn't say
drop
it.
that line.
Why did you not say it?
because I was riffing, man.
That's such an opportunity here.
We were talking about FanFest, by the way. Maybe we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the one in Decatur. That's the other big one
Yeah.
that's going on in the
Yes.
Metro Atlanta area. So if you don't want to travel in town, go check out Decatur. They got stuff going on.
You could get
for
there
the
on
entire
MARTA.
tournament.
MARTA
You can
at
get
all,
there on
yeah.
MARTA, exactly. So,
And while we're talking about MARTA, they are offering World Cup themed MARTA cards. Now it's a random thing in the vending machine, so
So I have to buy 50.
Yeah,
more.
you might have to buy 50 to get one. But they also have the cool, the MARTA ambassador shirts,
things are
which are
amazing.
freaking awesome.
good. Yeah.
Those things rock. And I'm hoping that we see some on eBay after the World Cup because it would be worth dropping a few shekels to get one of those bad boys.
Those could, in theory, pay for all the MARTA upgrades we would ever need. If
Right.
They would just put them out.
And since we've praised MARTA, we now also have to point out that the new trains that MARTA bought do not fit on the tracks. I heard this months ago when I was working for my former employer, and reached out and was told, no, it's fine, it's going to work, it's fine, everything's fine, ignore the fire behind me, everything's fine. And sure enough, as of today, the trains do not fit on the tracks.
How does that happen?
I have no idea.
Hey, speaking of disasters waiting to happen, England might be here for the round of 32. Seems like they're going to win Group L. If we had to guess, I don't want to ruin his predictions, but England seems like the strongest in Group L.
You don't think Pamela will win Group L?
I don't know about that. That round of 32 game is going to be against some third place team. Pick a third place team from a number of different groups. England's probably going to be there. Then you have the round of 16, which again, if we're going off the winners here, a chance to see Argentina again, maybe Uruguay, maybe the U.S. coming into this one. It's very possible to see the U.S. here in the round of 16, and then of course the semifinal as well after that, which again, I mean, take your pick of any 4 teams that can make a semifinal. It's going to be truly, truly remarkable to see out there. We're talking England and Brazil, Portugal, Argentina, all of those groups end up on this side of the bracket. So a chance to see some of the best teams in the world coming up after this interesting group stage.
What about Paraguay? How far
Paraguay.
might they go, Sam?
Well, we should talk about them a little bit.
Yes,
shouldn't
we did.
Doug?
We
You're
skipped-
sitting in the Atlanta United studio.
Someone has kind of skipped over the show sheet here
this
and
is-
jumped ahead.
This is our most Atlanta United centric team. Doug.
That is true.
Obviously, Miguel Almiron is there. Matias Galarza, which I mean, you take it how you will.
Player and a half. Or
Player,
half a player.
right? Yeah, half a player, right? He probably won't start every game. He'll get some run out for Paraguay, but Miguel will start every game. And you might need to keep an eye on center back named Junior Alonso, who may or may not be on the way here at some point. Who knows? This is not a report, but there have been reports that Junior Alonso.
hear the-
Well,
the
he
knocking on
said
the
that
wall.
he agreed to terms like months ago,
Right.
which makes you wonder why. Anyway,
I guess that's not why we're here, but that does make Paraguay very, very Atlanta United intensive. If you want to focus on that, if you want to watch good soccer, do not watch Paraguay. They are managed by Gustavo Alfaro, who's done a nice job with them since taking over, but is a very, very international style, as I would call it. They make life hell for you. They sit deep. They try to hit on the break. It's extremely direct. They were basically last in possession in qualification, but first in crosses and first in just long balls over the top. So it is not the beautiful game with them, but you might get to see Miguel run onto a few balls over the top every now and then.
It's very pragmatic, right?
Right.
Like it's ugly.
In international play,
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
well, look at the region they're in.
Yeah.
You're going to try to outplay Argentina. You're going to try to outplay Brazil.
Yeah.
You gotta go with what'll work.
Yep.
And they also wear stripes.
they look at that.
Is it 5?
I'd have to count them. I guess it depends on which version of the kit they're wearing.
Yeah.
I do have one big note on Alfaro. He's known as El Cazador, which means the hunter. It's because he wrote a book about some of his experiences coaching called Cazadores de Utopes Imposibles, which means hunters of impossible utopias. So I hope we all go out there and are hunters of impossible utopias today and every day, especially during this World Cup.
If I ever buy a boat, that's what's going on the back of the boat,
Yep.
right there.
I'm going to have to read this book.
Right,
I feel like
apparently,
it's
I mean,
legendary just from the name.
Just real quick on Paraguay. I mean, Tyler, you're talking about vibes earlier. I mean, the vibes will be high with Paraguay. This is their first World Cup in 16 years.
Yep.
Miggy, of course, will be playing his first World Cup, potentially his last, of course, given his age. So this is his big moment. This is his big stage that he's waited for his entire career for. Same thing with a lot of the guys on this team. So the younger players, this is their first foray, obviously. So, I mean, they're going to be looking at this tournament as, hey, this is our big stage. What can we do to kind of upset the apple cart, so to speak? I don't know if they'll get super far because of the quality of talent that they have, like Sam was saying. Almiron would be great to see him. I don't know how much of an impact, to be honest, he'll have on this tournament, to be fair, with him being 32 and considering his form with Atlanta United. But who knows? He may pop up with maybe a couple of moments during the tournament. We'll see.
It's also a very, very intriguing group.
yes.
So we'll see.
which is a good transition into group winners.
Look at that. It was planned. It was not.
The great thing about
Unless Sam wants to
transitions
skip
is you point
ahead.
out as they happen. Yeah.
Unless Sam wants to skip ahead to wrapping this up, and then we'll come back to Sydney. Who are your group winners for A through C?
Yeah, I've kind of so I'll start with A. I've kind of gone back and forth. I originally put Mexico, but I mean Czechia, like you were saying, Doug, has definitely a lot of talent on their team. You look at these other teams, South Korea, I don't see it. South Africa, I mean, they could have a say in how the group ultimately shakes up, but I don't think they're going to win it. I'm going to go with Czechia. Czechia and Mexico becoming the top two. There's a world where I could see maybe the South Africans getting out as a third-place team. We'll see, but I think Czechia wins the group. Group B with Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, the Swiss. I'm going to go with Bosnia, to be honest with you.
Wow.
With the Swiss behind them,
Okay.
kind of the top two. But again, I mean, what is Canada? What say will they have in sort of the makeup of this group? I mean, I do think Bosnia is going to win. I feel like maybe sort of a coin flip between Canada and Switzerland. So we'll see. We'll see. You never say never in the tournament, in the World Cup. Anything can happen. I mean, Germany crashed out.
So no home field advantage for Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're saying.
But yeah, that's who I have. And then Group C. I mean, Morocco, of course, semifinalist in 2022. Brazil. I mean, there are a lot of questions around them.
Brazil's fascinating.
Yeah,
Can we
yes,
pause
they are
for, like,
They have
like veer real quick.
no midfield.
Yeah.
I mean, or the midfielders they have are like going to have rollers out there
Yeah.
in the summer heat.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like Fabinho getting real minutes
Yes.
in a 4-2
Yes.
of
Yeah.
all things.
Yeah.
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 Carlo Ancelotti
Yep.
in charge of this team. Been a whole lot of controversy about having a non-Brazilian manager take over Brazil. Got former players calling out Brazil as an organization for allowing this to happen, quote unquote. Really interesting team. It's going to be curious to see how the ultimate vibes manager manages the vibes of the most pressured national team in existence.
Yeah. Of course, you have Neymar in the roster. You have Endrick. You have Vini Jr. in the roster. So, I mean, Vini, Endrick, you have plenty of talent there. Neymar, I don't know.
That's almost a Ronaldo situation.
Neymar.
right?
Yeah.
Are you really
Yeah.
gonna-
So are you better
really-
with him or without him?
Yeah.
I feel like he comes off the bench. I don't think you start him, if at all. But, yeah, I feel like Brazil, I mean, could win that group. Morocco, I think, has the best chance, obviously, out of anybody else in that
Yeah.
group. It wouldn't surprise me to see Morocco win the group.
I've got Morocco
Brazil.
winning that group just because Brazil's midfield is so bad.
Yeah.
Or so old, I should say. Just so old.
I am intrigued though. Like you said, to me, Ancelotti's the real wild card for them because like 2022 was terrible for Brazil, relatively speaking. But it's also a risk for Carlos because I mean he's got such a pedigree. Now he had all of the resources available in soccer at his prior stint, but he's stepping into a federation that, like you said, has the most pressure, and they are going to be expecting even more because of the fact that he's not Brazilian. And so it's going to be very intriguing to watch, I think.
If there's any manager that's proven themselves, it's Ancelotti. Yeah. He's done it everywhere he's been. Even Everton, when he was there, he had them playing good soccer. Interesting.
It's just a feat in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D through F.
D through F. We'll start with Group D. Of course, this is the United States group, and it has the Paraguay team we were talking about. But I don't think either of them are going to win this one, y'all. And don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. But I'm going to go Turkey here.
They're good.
just
They're really good.
talented. And look, if you're talking about creativity in attack, they have Arda Güler from Real Madrid, and they have Juventus's Kenan Yildiz. Very, very good for Juventus. He's only 21, so is Güler. They're both real young. This is kind of a really exciting generation coming up for Turkey. But Yildiz, 10 goals, 6 assists in Serie A this year. Güler, 4 goals, 9 assists in La Liga. And like you start thinking about the quality of attack that the United States is going to have, and it's just not quite at that level. They don't really have anyone at that level. You could argue Pulisic a little bit, but that's a tough bar to cross. And, for me, I think Turkey's roster is just that much, a little bit better, that I think it pushes them over the line in this group.
Yep. Totally agree.
Also, Paraguay's going to just ruin somebody. They're going to ruin. They're going to catch somebody. It's just going to happen, just with the way they play. Group E, you have Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Now, this one's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the instinct is to go Germany, and you probably are still going to be better off going with Germany. But Ecuador, man, is really one of those teams that you hear dark horse thrown out a lot, just by virtue of basically having Moises Caicedo in
Strong,
midfield. Just
defensively
a
strong.
real good defensive team. And again, in international soccer and a group stage setup like this, that helps you out a lot. So if Ecuador sneaks up and surprises Germany here, it wouldn't shock me, considering kind of not a down year for Germany, but maybe not some of the best ball we've seen from a German team.
In Ecuador, they can play sneaky good at any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to believe in Ivory Coast, but every World Cup they're in, I want to believe in Ivory Coast, and it never happens.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. And our last group, Sam, for you,
with the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Your best bet's going to be the Netherlands. They did lose, I believe, yesterday.
Yes, they
1-0, which is very indicative of where they are at as a team. You look at that defensive lineup, and they've got some guys back there, among them Virgil van Dijk and a few other names you'll probably recognize. But that attack, man, you're rolling out like Memphis Depay. You're rolling out guys who just don't have that top-level quality. And so a 1-0 loss, that is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
That is the
Big
trend
grind
for
for
them.
them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the group, Japan. It's like I look at all of them, and we're like,
I like Japan.
As a team, they play extremely
Yes,
well.
they
They're
do.
very consistent. There is not a lot of star power, but they are very well organized, and they're going to cause a lot of folks grief. And then you have Sweden, which, I mean, not a elite team top to bottom, but then you get into that attack. It's Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres, right? Like, that is enough to ruin someone's day in this.
well, except as Liverpool supporters, we've seen Ishak ruin Liverpool's hopes this season.
If he's healthy, though.
Yeah.
If he's healthy. Which is always not a given.
All right, Tyler.
All right, Group G. So that's Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. I got to say, I don't think the Kiwis are going to make it out of this group. The wild card, obviously, is Iran, because politically and worldwide, there's just so many things going on. And so, like, they could come here and absolutely rock somebody just out of sheer, they're pissed. Or it really gets to them. So that's tough. I don't know, but I still think Belgium takes it. Egypt second. I think it could go either way. You have two obviously very well known players playing for each of these respectively, and Kevin De Bruyne and then Mo Salah. So like that right there, in your words, Sam, that's enough to ruin a lot of people's day at any given moment. Yeah. But to me, that one's fairly straightforward. I think it's going to be those
too much
two.
quality.
Yeah.
What's that?
I mean, this is Doku's tournament.
Sure.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, he was. He is.
All right, Group H. So this is the Spain, Cabo Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay.
So on to Group I.
Spain obviously taking it. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. I like Uruguay. I love Marcel Bielsa. I love.
They don't love him right now.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They do not. But I still think the quality's there enough to take out the. I mean, Cabo Verde again. RIP. I love the fact that they're here. It's going to be the 3 games and done. I can't imagine them doing much more than that. Yeah. Saudi Arabia. We talked about them a little bit. I'd like to try to see something out of them, but it's just not there for me. So, yeah, on to Group I. Group I. This is I think the group of death. Most people have pegged as a group of death, but. This is France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. The weak link there, to me, is Iraq, for sure. I actually I'm going to be a little bit of the contrarian here. I have Norway. I like the fact that Erling Haaland is going to be here, and I think he thrives off of this exact scenario because
His first World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first one. This is his moment to just continue to prove that he is that elite striker everywhere he goes. And do they have a well-rounded team? No. But you do have a guy who can put the ball in the back of the net in the worst possible moments for the other team. So I'm going to give it to Norway. I mean, France, though, it's so hard to count out France for anything.
They could just sleepwalk through this, but if they're turned on even a little bit for me, I think they
it's a
clear
done
this
deal.
fine. But I agree, Norway could really cause some problems for folks. It's Odegaard and Holland, right?
Yeah.
And if the plan is to get the ball to those two and let them work it out, international soccer, you're probably going to be pretty okay.
Yeah, like you can get a long way just from that. And then, but Senegal, like you can't sleep on Senegal either.
No.
So it's
regardless of first halves in Charlotte.
Yeah.
against the
Yeah.
previous team.
for sure.
But then they showed how quickly they can just boom,
Exactly.
flip the field and you're dead.
Exactly. And that's why, again, I think properly this is the group of death for sure. And we could say all that. I think the one constant, though, for sure is like I don't think anybody expects Iraq to do much.
No.
But those other three, man, it really could be like a coin toss for sure.
Group of Death was my nickname for this.
Yeah, that's a good nickname.
But whatever. Thanks, Tyler.
You're welcome. I'm here to ruin days.
Yeah.
Moving on
Like
to the last
Erling
three
Haaland.
groups. I've got those. Group J, we have Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, Argentina. Though I'd love to see Austria. I like Austria's got a pretty good roster, actually. Group K, Portugal, if Martinez doesn't screw it up. Though I'd love to see Congo. Colombia,
Yeah, don't sleep in Colombia.
I'm not sleeping on Colombia.
Take a quick nap on Colombia.
I just
Just like a quick one.
I can
How
hear
much
Henry
longer
Higuita
can-
screaming from the rafters right
Yeah.
how much longer can James Rodriguez show up for the national team and do nothing for club teams is what I wonder. Group L, England. I think England advances. I'd love to see Ghana. Would love to see Ghana do something.
Shout out Croatia though, and their group of like YMCA men's rec league players.
Yeah, it's crazy.
These 38-year-olds running around there causing damage.
They have a
You gotta be
population less than Metro Atlanta, probably less than Gwinnett County.
Yeah.
And they still just roll out national team players like an assembly line. It's absolutely nuts.
Also, low key, I love their kids every time.
Yeah. They're best bets ever. Okay, we're going to skip ahead. We've got 21 minutes left in this podcast studio before Chris Winkler comes in here and takes my cookies and kicks us out. Round of 32, round of 16 semis. Who wants to go?
I'll start out. We were kind of thinking England would be the winner of Group L, so they would take on the winner, or not the winner, third place team from Group E, J, I, J, or K. So certainly a lot of options there. I mean, this could be, I don't know, it could be Ecuador, it could be Tunisia.
I love the expanded format.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm just throwing out names here. Either way, I mean,
It'll be
think about
Senegal.
2022. I mean, what happened there? But either way, I think Germany, or England, I'm sorry, consider they do get Group L, do advance out of this particular match. So I don't know. You do have a lot of options. I mean, of course, England. I mean, their reputation sort of precedes themselves in major tournaments. So we'll see.
Yeah, based on our predictions, though, we moved around to 16. I think this is probably Argentina versus the United States. That's a real. I'm just throwing it out there. Just saying it's a real possibility. The U.S. would likely have to beat Egypt, is how this kind of plays out. If we're kind of looking at who's going to finish second in these groups based on our predictions. So if the
Not a
U.S. can
given.
get past Mo and Egypt, it's a big question, right?
Yeah.
But I think they probably can. The expectation will be for them to do that. But then Argentina comes in
I
here.
still have a
and we know how
concern
that
about
goes.
them even getting there in the first place, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
but
totally.
that's a different conversation.
It could be Paraguay. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's totally possible. And then, of course, the semifinal. Like I said before, like pick the four best teams from the side. You've got England, Brazil, Portugal, Argentina. Right? Anyone got any qualms with that?
No.
Does anyone want to take a stab from that collection? So the way the bracket works out, you would have England or Brazil, and then you have either Portugal or Argentina. So England versus Brazil. Does anyone want to take a shot at who they think wins in that one?
England. I've got England.
advances
I'm going to
there?
say
Okay.
England.
I've got England.
think
Only
I'm-
again
I think
because
I'm with
Brazil's
you.
midfield is.
Let's go to penalties.
Yeah. England's lack of creativity concerns me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have Trent in there. I think that was a weird choice, regardless of how I feel about him right now. You don't have Cole Palmer, right? Like there's concerns there with creativity, but I do think they're going to be a little more cohesive.
They've been
than
very
Brazil.
defensive oriented,
Yeah.
which now they haven't gone up against the best teams either to test that, but they didn't give up any goals in qualifying. So
And then, of course, you have either Portugal or Argentina, and that gets a little more difficult. Who comes out of that one? Do you think it comes back to Atlanta?
But Fox would be all over themselves if we had a Argentina, Portugal
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the dream for some exec somewhere. Yeah. They
In
just
the
wanna
bins.
think-
Alexi Lalas would self-combust if that happened.
I mean, if I had to pick, oh man, I would go Portugal.
I'm with you.
I just think more.
I'm going to
well-rounded.
go Argentina
Okay.
Yeah.
because Martinez.
I
He's going to screw it up.
think that's fair. I am relatively low on Argentina. I will say that.
I kinda am,
I
too.
can't see them running
They're
it
older.
back effectively. They're older. It's the same group.
Yeah.
I got some worries there.
And some of the young guys I think they were counting on just never really
Never came through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have Thiago Almada, bringing it back to
I
Atlanta.
don't think that's safe. Nonetheless.
Yeah.
I don't either. But there's another Atlanta fact.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Before we get to the winners of the tournament, we got 2 more topics to cover. We didn't cover Golden Ball winner. Who's winning the Golden Ball? I didn't put it on the show sheets. That's on me. Who we got?
I'm gonna go Erling Haaland.
Okay.
And I don't.
Well,
think
way to
it's
go out on a
usually
limb,
'cause
Sam.
Norway really advances far, but I do think he probably scores like 5 against Iraq.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Sam with the upset
that.
pick. Erling Haaland.
You gotta have the games, though. Hold on, I'm gonna defend myself a little bit. You gotta have the games,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure Norway's gonna have the games for him to actually
All
pile
right,
up those
all
numbers.
right,
So,
all right.
But the games that they do have, I think, again, barring the actual group itself, but I think if you make it out of that, I think Erling Haaland is one of those guys who he's going to make it happen somehow or another. So he's always going to be in that conversation.
Who you got?
I'm going to get so much crap for this and for the rest of the show.
is it Thiago Almada?
No. Bangers.
Is it Almiron?
It is not Almiron. No, I'm going to say Harry Kane.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
with
good
you.
pick.
No,
That's a good pick.
But I think
Again, you're gonna have the games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Like, that's a big part of it.
Yep.
Look, all good picks. I mean, could be Mbappe who takes it. Really, I could see that happening.
So my thing with that
Yeah.
is France is going to have you're going to have to share the ball a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe some of that gets distributed a little bit, but sorry.
Yeah. No. But I mean, you look at these teams. I mean, Holland, of course, is a good shout. I mean, who do you say again? You said Holland.
Holland, I
You
said
said
Harry
Harry
Kane.
Kane.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Mbappe.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Mbappe.
Yeah, totally fair.
I saw a stat on Mbappe the other day that Real Madrid and PSG have won the last 4 Champions League titles. Mbappe has not won a single one of them.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
Right.
This is about the golden ball.
You and
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fact.
I want to say Doku is going to win the Golden Ball. But now I'm going to stick with it. I was trying to decide between Doku and just to go kind of off the plane, Bruno Fernandes of Portugal.
sure.
I like that.
Free kicks and things like that. But I'm going to go with Doku. He's so good and he's so fast. And so now we're talking about individual players. Let's slide into what player are we going to see
DMs?
in Major League Soccer who is not currently in Major League Soccer based upon their performance in this tournament?
Junior Alonso.
Yeah.
Nope. Not allow. I'm not allowing that one. Pick another one.
I mean, okay, now you've opened the door a little bit
Yes.
here. Teams don't scout the same way they used to, right? Like, so I think people kind of go into the World Cup being like, oh, which person's going to break out and finally catch the attention of something. These teams have databases full of players and everything like that. The World Cup is not as much of a determining factor as it used to be. So that's
And
my
it shouldn't
one
be.
note here. It shouldn't be. Someone is going to be goofy enough to do it. You're
Yes,
absolutely right.
someone's going to have money to burn and just like, oh my God, he played so well.
Right. And that's my broader point. I don't actually have an answer here. I don't see too many folks actually coming in directly because of a cause of MLS.
So Sam just wasted 2 minutes.
You're welcome.
Cindy, what you got?
Mine's kind of low hanging fruit. I'm going to go with De Bruyne. I mean, he's been connected to MLS for the past several years. They've been connected to San Diego. I mean, I don't know if
NYCFC
it
was
works
Pep.
out. NYCFC. I mean,
New stadium.
yeah,
New stadium.
no, I mean, so I mean, they're going to be looking for somebody or somebody's to open that stadium with. But whether it's San Diego, whether that's NYC, I don't think Miami or anything like that. But yeah, let's see De Bruyne finally ends up in MLS.
I like it. I think he will too. I'm going to say Neymar.
To where?
Miami.
Neymar to Miami.
Yep. Just because why not? Why not bring in another
The
older
roster
star?
rules do exist in theory.
In theory, yeah. That's why I say it's definitely going to be Miami.
Yeah.
All right.
I just think I think it's bound to happen at some point, even if it's like what we thought Suarez was going to be for like a year. I think he shows up just to play one more, and then he's done.
I'll throw
right.
Casemiro out there then too.
Yeah.
Just doing guys linked to Miami.
Yeah.
They didn't actually have a choice now. Though.
It's very
Okay.
easy when you're linking them to Miami. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you just pick a name, and they'll find a way.
I'm going to go with my favorite player of all time.
Michael Bradley.
Second, Gio Reyna. Look, I know there's some people out there who love Gio Reyna and who think he is the best thing in soccer and has just been totally overlooked by every club and every club manager that has not played him in the past few years. But it's time. If you want to play, it's clear teams in Europe do not want you. It was clear the last time that Dortmund tried to loan you out and nobody except for the worst team in Europe, Nottingham Forest, wanted you. It's time to come to Major League Soccer. You can get paid. You can play. Now, where might he go?
NYCFC?
I think he might end up here.
You can say it.
I think he might end up here.
Back to his roots, NYCFC? Do you see that? Or
No. No, I don't think so.
joking.
I think he might end up here. And I don't know how I would approach that.
I cannot wait to see the very first interview with Gio Reyna and
I would own it. I mean, after a game in the
have
locker
to.
room, I would own it. I would come up and tell him, look, I said some things about you.
I thought you
but
sucked.
It's not that he sucks.
No.
It's that he's not as good as everyone wants him to be.
No.
That's
He's
my thing.
inconsistent. He's very inconsistent.
yeah.
All right, we got 12 minutes left. So we're just going to pause this for a little while. No, I'm just. Who's going to win the tournament? Tyler.
Again, going to get some hate for this, but I'm going to say England.
Boo.
I know. I think this is England's year, as they've said many times over the past 60 years. But I think if they can continue to play defensively the way they have been, we go back to the whole defense wins championships, blah blah blah. If they can keep that up, and then you do have guys like Harry Kane that again, whether you love him or hate him, he can put the ball in the back of the net. I think they could snag that final and make it a good game.
Who do they beat?
Without knowing exactly how everything could work out, I think it would be Spain. Could they meet?
Yeah, they can meet. Yeah, they can meet.
And look, it pains me but part of this is because everybody else is picking Spain. I like Spain, but to be the contrarian a little bit, I think England on any given day could also beat Spain.
In regular time.
Yeah.
It's got to be regular time.
Oh, it goes to penalties, maybe a different story.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I like that call. I like that call. Sam, who you got?
I have France beating Portugal.
All right.
I think France just has too much firepower. I really like Portugal. I can't commit fully to that, though, but Portugal is definitely the team I'm most intrigued by. France is your kid brother's favorite EAFC team, and that's fine. But I think in a setting like this, that works pretty well, regardless of Mbappe's defensive deficiencies.
They're 4 deep at world-class players. It's like it's what the
truly
U.S. wants to be and could be in 50 years if they can get more kids choosing soccer. But anyway, they're 4 deep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Kind of low-hanging fruit. I'm going to Spain, Argentina. Spain being Argentina, I feel like just Spain has just so much talent, just attacking-wise, just in the midfield and rotary. In goal, they have terrific options in goal. So, I mean, Argentina, we just mentioned it. I mean, Messi will be there. He'll play a big part in the tournament, obviously. But, I mean,
He can't even win CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Like, what are we?
Yeah.
right.
You got beat by who?
The
Nashville? What?
the injury he took a few weeks ago does concern me a little bit. I mean, he'll be there, but I don't know if he'll be quite 100%. So that does concern me a bit. That being said, I think they'll be able to get into the final, but Spain, I feel like does win the tournament overall.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is interesting that none of us picked Messi for the Golden Ball when he could just create out of nothing.
No, for sure.
And he will have the games to do it. I have Spain beating England in the final. I was looking at Spain's roster this morning. It's so good and so young.
Yeah.
It's crazy how young but how talented that team is. And they have no fear, which is huge when you're playing in a tournament. Now, they do have to have some wisdom, game management in some of these knockout round games. But I think they're going to pull it off. I think they'll beat England. It'll be their second World Cup title. First was 2010, I believe. But that's my pick to win this thing.
Let me fill like the last 8 minutes here. If I gave you guys Spain and France versus everyone,
Oh, easy. Spain and France.
You just pick Spain and France?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
easy.
we're not going to fill the last few minutes of this.
So, well, no, do it like this. How about this? Spain, France versus all-time world's best.
Oh, gosh.
How would they do?
I didn't do the research for that, but I mean, they'd be up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you look at I wrote about this last week. I think U.S. Soccer builds the National Training Center, $250 million. It's one of the best in the world. You could easily argue it's one of the best for any sport in the United States.
It's outstanding.
But it's not going to help the U.S. win a World Cup.
No.
Yeah.
It will never, like point A to point B, help the U.S. win a World Cup. To me, it's an aspirational building.
It needed to be there.
Yeah.
At some point, for sure. But you have a lot of other things you got to change ahead of that.
Right. It was definitely, and it's not a knock on the building or anything. It's more, it's not going to be, okay, we have this, we're winning.
Yeah.
That's not how it's going to be. It's an aspirational building to me. It's to get these kids to I want to go train at that place is a palace.
Right.
I want that. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
But France has one. That's why I bring it up. France has one. England has one. Two of the better teams in the world now. So it's like this is what the U.S. could eventually become, but they got to get the grassroots stuff right.
I love my fascinating fun fact about the U.S. Training Center is the design of the fields, how they have the youth fields are further away from the actual main training center. And the whole idea, and it's like uphill. And the whole idea is like, you get there as a whatever, U12, whatever age group. And you're constantly looking back up towards like where you want to be. And so you're constantly having to make those steps to work your way back up that hill.
Interesting fact about that, this place was supposed to have that.
Yeah.
When the original plans were out, it was supposed to have very small locker rooms moving up to the really nice locker rooms for the senior team. And that didn't, I don't know why it didn't happen, but it didn't happen. But yeah, that is interesting. All right. Well, I think this wraps up this first and last collaboration between the group of death here. I hope Joe's court date went well.
Yeah.
I hope if you see Henry out, please buy him a cap with a folded bill, just because. Tyler, what do y'all have? Tell us about your World Cup plans. We have 6 minutes left. Tell us what you got.
So we'll be covering a whole lot on the podcast, on the shows, doing previews, recaps, and then just articles over on scarvesandspikes.com.
Yeah.
FiveStarFinal.com is not your home for World Cup coverage, but if you want to keep up with the Atlanta United offseason, we're going to do a pretty good job of that. So we'll have some of that. We'll have some NWSL updates as well. FiveStarFinal.com, guys.
Yeah. Tyler said it, like, match coverage, pre-match, post-match. Of course, Atlanta United, if certain signings happen, we'll, of course, cover it. But, yeah, what Tyler said.
And Sam, brag a little bit about what you're going to get to do during the World Cup, please.
Yeah, I'll be in Miami with the University of Georgia Sports Media Program, the Carmichael Sports Media Program, through Grady College. We'll be taking students down. They are partnering with USA Today and the Associated Press. Our students will cover all the group stage games in Miami, Mexico, and Vancouver and Seattle as well, writing for USA Today and the Associated Press. We're really proud of that. Really excited about that. I will be in South Beach if anyone needs me. I will not be here.
And there's some good games to cover.
Yeah. We have a Brazil-Scotland match in Miami that will be worth it for the scene in the parking lot alone.
100%.
So look for Sam's Instagram of him in a thong on South Beach. It's going to be epic.
Or don't, depending on how much you want to see.
Soccer with Doug. I'll be covering every match here in Atlanta, the Fan Fest. I'll be having some podcasts. I'll also be covering Atlanta United. I'm hoping to have a one-on-one with Tata coming up. Mauricio Culebro's introductory press conference, I think it's Monday. Yeah. We'll have some stuff from that. I'm hosting an event at Fido's in Midtown a few hours before the U.S.'s first game in the World Cup. So I hope that y'all will come out to Fido's in Midtown and say hello if you see me. Social media, how can folks find y'all?
Yeah, I'm at SH Wrights on X and Blue Sky, SH.soccer on Instagram and Threads.
You a cop? What are you asking? Don't find me on social media. FiveStripeFinal.com.
ATL Pilgrim on all the social media, and then Scarves and Spikes. Search it, you'll find it. Pretty much every media platform.
All right. And I'm on soccerwithdoug.substack.com. You can subscribe at soccerwithdoug.substack.com/subscribe, and on all the social media channels at Soccer with Doug. I want to thank y'all for doing this. This was an idea I threw out a couple of weeks ago. Atlanta United, again, a gigantic thank you for letting us use your podcast studio.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'd have to do this around my kitchen table at the condo or in Sandy Springs, and that just was not going to look good.
Very homey.
So thank you each of y'all for coming out and doing this, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed this. And now I'm going to go eat some cookies. Y'all take care.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all.